Hello there, my name's Vince from My Mate Vince, and look what we have here, a talking box. Definitely a vintage one, it looks very old. I don't know what era it's from, but even the way it's worded, crikey, that shell that was, seems, I'm going to say 1950s. I will have to do a little bit of research to see if I can find out more about it, but yeah, it's certainly old. Now, I bought this a long time ago. I've been going through old boxes to see what I haven't done in the past. Believe it or not, I paid embarrassingly £43 for this. You can see here, vintage box shell advertising talking box not working. £43. That was in 2021. So clearly my YouTube channel was definitely doing better then, because I don't think I would pay that for it now. So yeah. Anyway, let's take it out, see what it isn't doing, and then let's see if we can fix it. I don't even know if this was something somebody would have bought or would it have just been advertising that was handed out at an event or petrol stations or something like that. I have zero idea. Maybe it might be interesting. Right, this is it here, and I am still none the wiser. We have a hole here and a hole here, so I'm thinking you pass this through it. But, and also look, it says it's made in the USA, which is interesting. I would have thought it would have been a UK thing. And it says King and Jarrett Limited, London, SE1, sole selling agents, UK, and it says IFS, which I've never heard of before. And look at here, this is interesting. It says the same thing again here. It says the Irish Free State. Would that be the Republic of Ireland? I've never heard of Irish Free State. Or are they implying that Northern Ireland is the Free State? Which is not right. I'm going to have to Google that. And it says here that, because this sort of seems different than this, it says here, keep the talking box carefully in this carton, wind the tape firmly around the rim before inserting. Oh, do not let the tape kink. Sorry, that's how to store it. And then to actually make it work, you're supposed to hold the talking box in the right hand with the label facing you, and the short end of the tape in the left hand. Pull the box steadily away from left to right. That's when you will hear, crikey, that shell that was. To reset, pull tape back the reverse way. So surely then the tape has to go right the way through here. But I'm thinking there must be some mechanism on the inside. Now, this is going to be the speaker cone. So if you listen, that's going to be like acting as the speaker. So I think what we're going to do is, I can't see how I'm even going to pass that tape through there, because does it come out the middle here? I think it might make more sense if we take it apart. So I am going to, in fact, how do we even, this is worrying, how do we even take it apart? Because I thought it was joined there, but I don't know if, oh, maybe it is, yeah. Maybe you have to lift this part off. I think what I'm going to do is bring it over to the mat, and if I can lift that off, then I can undo these little tabs, and then we can see the mechanism on the inside, because you can see that this side is definitely different than this side, because we have more tabs here. I'm quite curious as to what's on the inside. Is it a little record like a pull string toy? You know, like Andy Pandy, should never mention his name, and the Womble and stuff like that. Maybe it is. Now, let's not get too political, because it is a fix-it video, and I know some people do like to get political, but it looks like the Irish Free State is the Republic of Ireland, and it might suggest that this is a lot older than what I thought it was, because looking at this, I sort of thought, kind of reminds me of maybe a Yorkshire man, stereotypical from maybe the 1950s. It would be interesting if we get it working, whether it does have a Yorkshire accent. Or is it more like a London type accent? I'm actually looking forward to seeing if we can get it working. But yeah, it says the Irish Free State was from 1922 to 1937. So if that is the case, this could be 100 years old or approaching 100 years old, but it just doesn't look it. Maybe I might have actually got a bargain, and it might be worth a lot of money. I haven't even Googled it yet. Right, it's a little bit later now. Just had a bit of pizza, which is very tasty. And I had a look on Google, and I used Google Images, to took a picture of this and then used AI to find it. And it did pick up one on eBay. And on eBay, it definitely showed the red thing going through here and here. And at the end of the red thing, there was just a little bit of a kink like that. I suppose to stop you, try to stop you putting it all the way through. Why they didn't put some kind of little ball or something on it, or a knot to stop it going all the way through, I'm not too sure, because once you put it all the way through, it is kind of rendered useless from what I can see. Apart from that one eBay, I cannot see anything, even about talking boxes, which is weird. So it might be one of those things where on YouTube, this might be the first time that anybody has actually taken this apart, which is pretty special considering it's so old. It said it was circa 1930s, and there was quite a few Shell posters from that era that said things like, you can be sure of Shell. So now I've got a dilemma here, because the one on eBay is about 80 or 90 pounds, so clearly there is value to them. And I think I could possibly, if I straightened this up perfectly, feed it all the way through. The problem I've got is, also I'm amazed that this has kind of lasted this long without going brittle or anything like that. The thing is, I really want to see how this works, and it is a fix-it video, but I know this is going to generate hate because I'm potentially going to end up breaking something which is 100 years old, or near 100 years old. But what I would say to that is, if you're going to have a hissy fit about that, because for me, I want to see the inside more than the £43 that I paid for it, and I think it will make a more interesting video. If you are going to throw a hissy fit, which many people have done before when I do things like watches, because I've ruined something that somebody else could have fixed, you can go buy the one off eBay for 80 or 90 pounds, and then you don't have to worry about this one. If you're in the market for saving these, put your money where your mouth is, and you can buy your own one, can't you? You can save up your pennies and buy yourself one, so then you don't have to be so nasty in this comment section here. So I'm saying before it happens that I think I'm going to end up breaking this completely, but I'm not going to do that on purpose. I just really want to see how it works. By putting it through here, what are you doing? Are you winding up a spring that is going to continue to speak after it's been pulled through? Or is it only speaking when you're putting this through, and you determine how quick or slow the voice is by putting this? So there's a lot of questions that I would like to know, and I'm not going to know them by until I open it up. Now I can see that we have a join around here, but I've got a feeling that's going to be glued, and I'm not sure how to take that apart, because if I use isopropyl alcohol, I'm worried that it might damage something. But I don't think that's going to come undone. Oh, oh. Oh, that was good. I think it's glued. If I could do that all the way round, do you know what I mean? I might be able to open it up without causing a huge amount of damage. So that is what I do. I keep working it round and round and round, and it starts to lift up millimetre by millimetre until it's ready to pop off. I think I might have gone all the way round. Come on now. Look how much it's moved. Oh, you beauty. Yes. Yeah, can you see it's glued? It's glued around. It's glued around the edge. Right, I don't think I've caused much damage there, because he's got a little bit shiny where I've been scraping it. So now, oh, I'm excited. I'll tell you what it is when I started doing these trying to fix videos, for me it was lovely, because I've always had an interest of what's inside things. As a kid, I would always take things apart. My mum would always say, every time I got a present, don't take it apart and break it. That was everything. Don't take it apart and break it. But because I once you're used to the toy, you want to see how it works on the inside once you've got bored of the playing with it. But as I do more and more videos, I'm not saying that I'm better at fixing. Well, I clearly am better at fixing, but I'm not saying I'm good at fixing. But I definitely understand things, how they work, more than I did, let's say, 6-7 years ago. And but with this one, so often when you get something, you kind of know, oh, it might be a thermal fuse, or you might have an idea of what's on the inside. But with this, I have zero idea, and that's what's nice. I also had zero idea on that organ thing that I did, that kind of air organ. But yeah, and I really enjoyed that. That was a bit of a failure video, and this will probably be as well. But it's still nice to see how things work when you don't know. So if you've seen one of these now, it's going to be boring. But I think because nobody's done one of these on YouTube that I'm aware of, but they might have done other brands, then I think this will be interesting for other viewers as well. This is worrying. So I can see, I still have zero idea of what's going on. There's nothing under here. How on earth are you making a sound when there's nothing under here? What? I was expecting a record. Or is it in the tube? Is it in the actual tube here? Is there something in that tube which is making the noise? Right, let's see what happens when I feed this through. So it still might not give up its secrets. Right, we're there. What is going on? Okay, I'll tell you what we're going to do. Let's undo these and then take the whole thing out. I'm just going to get a wet wipe and clean this up. I'll be disappointed now if I take it apart and I still can't work out how it actually works. Right, so let's gently ease these up. Ah, that one broke. That's annoying, that was very fragile. Okay, I believe we are free. Now, give up your secrets. That there is cardboard. And it does look like the red this thing has been scraping across it. So maybe that's just to make it a little bit more slippery. Now, what on earth am I missing? How can rubbing something across that make it sound like something? What am I missing? Clearly, there's something missing from this, no? Because this is smooth in here, there's no indentations. This looks like this should be going down onto something. So I think originally, I wonder whether there was what does pulling? Oh my word, it's not reading this, is it? Oh my word. Is that reading this? Is this the record? Oh my word. Right, let's get the microscope. And it's just using that. That's going to go against, this must have minute grooves in it. I wonder, is there an up and down, or is it on both sides? This has got, this is just vibrating, you know what I mean? So any little vibration on here, listen. Yeah? So look, that's louder than my finger there. Wow, wow, wow. I would have never dreamed of that. So we're going to get the microscope and we're going to see if we can see any grooves on this here. Are you ready? So now, Is there anything on that? Not on that side, I don't think. So we now know that that's the bottom. Let's turn it over and see if we've got anything this side. We do, but I wonder. I mean, there is lines there. Compared to here, you can see it's smooth. We do have lines. But I can't. Can I even feel anything if I do it gently with the tweezers? Well, to be fair, I can. Here, look at all these here. Ah, 1 second now. Maybe it's not the tiny lines. Maybe it's these bigger lines. There, do you see those there? Yeah, look, look, look. We've got more of them. Oh my word. I think that's how it works. So I wasn't expecting, so I suppose this is like some sort of like vinyl, you know, the material. Like a vinyl record. Well, I was not expecting that at all. And what I'd like to know is it just one saying across the whole thing, or will he repeat himself a few times? How clever is that? Now obviously, if you took these apart as a kid, then this video is very boring for you. But for me, that's amazing because I've never seen that. And if I think it's amazing, there will be other people that will as well. I mean, look at that there. Right, so we need to try to feed this through. I'm just going to go across the rest of it out of curiosity. Got a few bends and twists in this, and this is why it tells you to keep it straight. So this is all twisted and bent up. So it's quite important to get this all nice. Yeah, there you go. That's it all there. And as I rub my hand across it, I don't want to wear it out, but listen. Yeah. Oh, amazing. Right, okay. Let's try to straighten it up and put it back together with the red cord, the red record in it. Now, if I didn't take it apart, I might have been able to work it out, but unlikely. So I'm going to try to get it so there's no twists on it. It's got an annoying twist here. Here you see, it's a bit kinked there. It's very important that this is going to go through nice and straight. That's where the twist is. See there? Hope I don't break it. And we have a weird kink in it here that looks like it could break. Oh no. Hope that's going to stay strong enough. Right, okay. Let's feed it through with the record side on the way up. Let me just see where that is again. So it is that way. So let's get the tape back in and let's get the little speaker cone back on and bend over the little tabs. And let's see if this talking box is talking again, possibly after 80 or maybe even more years. Now, one way is going to be backwards and one way is going to be forwards. Oh, it tried to say something. Maybe it's this way. Let's get the box and see what the box says. Hold the talking box in the right hand with the label facing you and pull the short end of the tape in the left hand. Pull the box steadily away from left to right. Pull the box, sorry, should it's pull the string. Hold the talking box in the right hand with the label facing you and the short end of the tape in the left hand. Pull the box steadily away from you. Pull the box, and that's when you're going to hear it. To reset, pull tape back in the reverse way. So it should be this way here. Oh, you ready? So I'm going to hold this here. Well, that was a letdown. Hope I haven't put this in the wrong way now. Please don't say this is flipped. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You flipped somewhere. You flipped somewhere. It shouldn't be that side. Does that mean I haven't done it tight enough? What? Well, let's see now if we can just feed it through now that we know how it works. It doesn't want to go past that bit there. So I'll take the lid off, but I don't have to undo all the clips because now I can see what's going on because I can bend the paper back and I can just feed the little red record tape through. Yes, 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 yes. Did you hear that? So this is starting to twist again. I wonder, can you heat this stuff up? I wonder, would that make it more pliable? And then when it cools down, would it go hard again? Feels like it wants to break here. No, it's about to break. It's going to break there. There's nothing I can do about that. Right, let's see if we can even just put it through to get it to work the once. Right, here we go. Let's line up again. So annoyingly, it's this here is about to break, just here, and it's kind of bang in the middle, really. Not quite the middle. So maybe the only thing that's going to work is, crikey, that shell, which would be enough. Right, are you ready? Here we go. Oh, you're joking! I've gone through too much again. Oh, this is painful. Right. Well, it didn't work anyway, did it? So it's not tight enough, or this is worn down too much. So let's see if there's any way we can make it tighter. So I'm opening up the little tabs and I'm just putting pressure down on that metal plate on the inside. So I'm just going just underneath that paper cone, trying to be careful not to break the paper cone, and I'm re-bending them again, because remember, if I've bent them and they're a little bit up, then the needle part of the cone isn't going to make a good connection against the red vinyl tape. I think I'm going to have to watch back the beginning of the video, because I'm saying, you know, holding it, I was just the label facing you, it shouldn't make a difference which way. Yeah, it doesn't make a difference, does it? Now, hold on a minute. If I am here, if I'm here, yeah, you think that's correct. But let's say if I'm here, now I'm incorrect. So it is very important which way this goes. So I need to watch back the beginning of the video to see, was this line on the top here or not. Okay, the line is actually at the bottom, so it would have been reading it backwards. So now, if that was there, it needs to be around about there, I think. Hold on. There.
so annoying. I didn't get to have a go at it because it broke there. Ah, what a shame. That was not me, that break. That was already gone. It was twisted. You can see that there was a twist on it here. Oh. Ah, such is life. What a shame. Anyway, I'm not going to give up that easy. So I get my super glue out and I try to glue it back together. To begin with, I just see if buttoning it up next to each other will work. The problem with that is that there's not enough surface area. This tape is pretty thin, and the chances of the super glue actually gluing something which is only 1mm in depth isn't going to be too successful. So I can't even get it to go together at all. So I've got to overlap the joints by a good 5-6mm. Now that will give me a lot more surface area, but the problem is it's much thicker if I want to put it through the actual talking box. So I have to use a grinding pen to try to taper the front edge and also the back edge, so you can put it through and pull it back again. I thought this was going to be quite successful, but yeah, this is what happened when I actually pulled it through the talking box. Well, that went through quite nice. Well, it's going through pretty good. So now I just need to master the speed. Ah, you thing! Ah, and it was doing so good. Oh well. I think you have to admit, I've got to give up. There's nothing I can do. Let me know how you would seal these two together. I don't even know what it is. I'm going to say some kind of vinyl, just like a record player. I don't know how you would glue that. But whatever I'm doing is not working. Right, one last thing, just because I haven't tried this. I've got this solvent cement here. This is supposed to actually bond the things together. Let's see if this will melt them together or not. I think you have to do both sides, do you? Both surfaces and join immediately. Can anybody spot what I've done wrong? Whilst you're trying to work out what I've done wrong, I'll give a shout out to My Mate Vince Massive. They are the top level patrons, and the massive members this month are Keemon Services, Kip Hakes on YouTube, Max Rokotansky, Chris Seal, Felipe at MrKeebs.com, DJ VG, Pigsy, Russ Melanson, Rickard Bergland, Shamsa Al Sawadi, Stuart Park, Stephen from the Broken Past on YouTube, Lee Benz, AJ Computer Services UK, Chris Bayans, Victor B, and Garin Shaw. Massive thanks to each and every one of you. Oh, you idiot, Vince. You've done them the wrong way.
Ha ha.
Oh, Vince. It's definitely melting it. So if I squeeze it now, it might flatten it off and it might dry flat. Because you can see it's actually coming apart in my hands. Okay, let's leave that there. I have flattened that quite nicely. And then I can cut the edges. Do you know what I mean? Right, let's leave that dry for a bit. I actually missed out a very important part of the video. The whole gluing thing actually took me longer than what this video leads you to believe. I was trying to use the super glue, I think, for about 45 minutes, gluing and grinding down, adding a bit more glue and grinding down. But have you noticed now it's not as wrinkly as it was before? This part was actually very satisfying. I was wondering whether it'd be possible to use boiling water to relax the plastic to get the kinks out of it. So I boiled my Bosch kettle that I fixed in the previous video, and I put it into a cup of water. I put it into the boiling water into a cup. What you see here is the boiling cup of water, and look at how it relaxes the plastic. Right, it should be interesting, or not. This is my cup of boiling water from my Bosch kettle that I fixed in another episode. Oh my word! Did you see that? It's straightened right out. It's straightened out. Oh my word. I might have hit the jackpot. It's amazing how one can get so excited over some thin red plastic. Anyway, I work my way through it and I take all the kinks out. In fact, what I do is I make sure that there's a bit of a bow on the whole red vinyl. While before it was kind of kinked this way and the other way and this way and the other way, now I've just put a gentle curve on the whole thing. I'm basically just feeding it through the boiling water, and the curve of where it's going through the cup is giving it the same sort of bend radius throughout, roughly. That sounds very fancy, but it's better than it was. So I think we've taken this as far as we can take it. I fully understand how the talking box works now. Really interesting to see the record is the actual red tape itself, and I've repaired the red tape to the best of my ability. The solvent weld has worked miracles on it. But remember, if that's in the middle of a word, then me gluing it and squeezing it with pliers is now going to completely erase that part of the word. Who knows, with the pliers might have made a new word. Maybe it will say Vince is a knobhead as it goes through it, and I'm sure a lot of you will agree. Anyway, let's now cut to later on where everything is back together. I've glued it the best I can do with the solvent weld. It actually has made quite a strong join. I'm really surprised how good that is. And let's see if we can get any word out of this at all.
I'm back, Felipe, just for you. Are you ready? Showtime.
Right, I've been messing with it, and I definitely have it saying crikey, that shell, but I don't seem to have the end bit. I think that there should be another maybe 5 inches or something on the end here that has previously snapped off, because I know that this end here is very damaged. I can even feel it in my fingers now. I can feel where it wants to break again. So you would be able to work this out by just looking at a microscope. We know now that this part is the start, so I know it says crikey, so I can see how long crikey is. Then there should be a smooth part before it says that's, then it should be a smooth part, shell, and I'll be able to work my way along. So I do believe that this was doomed from the beginning, because I think this is faulty here. But what's nice is the fact that I didn't dream. I thought this was just a pull string. I didn't think that this was the record. So now that I know how it works, I no longer have any interest in this product, but it was nice seeing how it works. And so simple. This is the record. You have the needle essentially on here, which is going across the record, and it's amplifying out with the paper cone and the box itself. So yeah, if you have a listen now. So it's saying crikey, that shell, that, and then it seems to stop. Do it once more. There we go. So yeah, and amazingly, the brake seems to be holding. So I think that's probably the best way to repair one of these, using that solvent weld stuff. Do you know what? Let's do it slower. It must be quite an art actually to get it the right speed. I would say that's probably the correct speed, and I think it is designed to come fully out and then you just feed it through, because if this is nicely straight it's going to feed through no problem. But remember, this was a kinked mess. So there we go, fully understand how it works now, and I enjoyed that. I'd never buy another one because I know how it works, but the enjoyment was finding out how it works, which is always enjoyable. Take care, everyone. I'll see you soon.